Cannon Catchings, Trevin Nell, and Richie Saunders, the starting five for BYU. And here's Keita down low, up for his first two.
The ball's going to be in his hand the majority of the time when he's in the game running this offense. I think it's good for Dallin Hall, who missed a lot of fall camp and missed the first part of the season from the weak side, kicked it out there for the open shot.
Now shooting 41% on the season for three. And there's Collins, who's at 36%.
Fresno to glory days, this Fresno State team.
Crawford, look out! That is the Crawford miss, and then the dunk by Catchings.
Look at that. So coming up the floor, and it was like the defense just parted. They all went, and they've been encouraging him. If they push you off the three-point line, and we have an opening, go attack the rim.
There's Robinson hitting a three, and the Bulldogs are up by one. Saunders, catch and shoot, drops in a three. Weaver just about loses it, kind of does lose it, but there's the follow off the miss. Him sitting there with his dad Ace, and all in at BYU. Trevin Nell got a beautiful pass from Fusini Traore. Nell's got 5 points as Traore settles into the game for the first time. Collins calling for it, he'll put one up. And Nell hands it over to Saunders. And Richie off the glass with his left hand. Robinson. Here's the score. Aguilar with the left hand gets it right up and in. Scored 30 points in his first game. Fresno State against Sacramento State. He's averaging just over 14. But still trying to settle into shot selection. Good ball movement. Here's Baker into the lane.
Well, and we've seen Baker, like not only can he spot up and shoot threes on the outside, he's got great touch with those little floaters in the key. And they pushed out on him on the three-point line, and he took it into the key and made a little floater.
Aguilar, another shot up, and he drops down the three.
We asked Vance Wahlberg.
We'll see Elijah Crawford check in a moment. Aguilar again. Here's another one.
Yeah, and when he gets hot, I mean, he can really, really light it up.
Here's Aguilar. Will he do it again? He's thinking about it. There's another one. This time he misses.
Yeah, that was more of a heat check than the others because he was actually defended really well that time. This is a guy that was last year's Division I National Junior College Player of the Year. Active hands for Fresno State here early in the game.
Now left open just long enough to pop a three. And Trevin's got 8.
We've had practices where our top 7 guys haven't been able to practice. That's hard to have practice for your top 7 guys not practicing.
How about Catchings putting on a show? Watch how he maneuvers his way to the basket.
And I think Kevin Young would love to see more of this out of Catchings.
Traore looks inside. Now nobody comes to help, so first pops a three-point shot. Robinson driving on Crawford. Kick to the corner. And the three is true by Tremble. His first 3 of the year. Kate on the rebound. Catchings into the corner. Saunders for 3. Got it. What a sequence. Catchings for 3. Tapped out to Nell for 2. Nell again for another 2. Got it. And that's how the half is going to come to an end. Trevin Nell with 10 points to lead BYU. They'll be back in the state of Utah January 4th in Logan to take on Utah State. That's another difficult venue they'll roll into as Jalen Weaver starts the second half. He gets his 7th point.
Great assist by Collins. Got the ball deep in the paint and scanned his eyes out to the perimeter and was able to find him wide open for that 3. Good start.
Catchings back behind the three-point line and drops it in. 10 points for Cannon Catchings. And the 3 goes down for Michael Robinson. Nell for 3, good.
Yeah, here we go.
Hall on the drive, leaves it for Keita.
Now there was what the violence that you were talking about going to the rim with. Nobody came to get the ball from Cade. He wanted somebody to come get the ball from him, and they didn't.
Weaver on the drive. Robinson slashing it,
nice
leaves it for the 7-footer. Moore Sec with 4 points.
And it was a nice read by Robinson because he drew on the drive. Traore had to come over and help, and then he knew that he could get it to his big guy. That's just a beautiful read of the defense.
Saunders fights his way in.
How does he make that?
He wanted a foul to go with it. Richie now at 12. That's at 9 Eastern on ESPN+. Baker into the lane, adjusts his shot.
He is so good at just going and attacking the bigs, using his body to shield the ball, and finishing from all kinds of angles down there.
Price got 2 looks at it. Traore brings it down.
He's like, as I've watched his highlights, and haven't been able to see him in person, but a lot of his highlights, he's a ridiculous talent. Like his skill set at his length.
Back into your position over here. Do you think you could post up on AJ?
Listen, everybody in the control room was giving me trash about needing to stand on a stool while I did that interview. I'm not that short. Even AJ was like, look, do you need me to back up so that we can even things out a little bit?
Nice. Nice of him.
But am I wrong? Like when I stand by him, or
inch our way closer to the 8-minute mark. Now Hall for 3. His second of the game. 6 points for Dallin Hall.
And Vance Wahlberg just shook his head, looked at the bench, and was like, man, like it's hard to defend that. They're just knocking down shots.
Waiting for Hall. Dallin looking for his 3rd 3 of the night. There it is. 9 points.
And 9 points to go with 4 assists. Hasn't turned the ball over a single time in this game. BYU back in that 2-3 zone.
Weaver will try a 3. Bury it from the left side. Weaver with a dozen. Clock was winding down. Had to go up. Weaver left wide open from the corner.
3 for 5 now for Weaver from three-point land.
As these Bulldogs get healthy and grow in the first-year system of Wahlberg, they got some things going on. How about that? How about that going on? 3 minutes to go. Keba Keita from Catchings.
And then University, and I'm having a great time. That's what you want to hear, right?
We'll hope to see him on the floor as soon as possible. As Hall is in off the glass, looking like his old self. 3 and 7. Mercifully, the Bulldogs get to go home and play San Diego on Saturday. BYU will be up in Salt Lake on Saturday and reunite with Wyoming.